Hello everyone, I've got another 5 cards to share. This time these cards are made from mostly the contents of your Creative Studio box as well as supplies in my stash. So starting in with the first card, this card base has a shaped edge here and it just came out of my stash. I used some scrap coffee dyed paper here on the edge because this edge doesn't cover, and I thought it added a nice detail. You could also achieve this with like a border die or just skip that part. This paper here is from the Your Creative Studio box. I'm just going to refer to it in the rest of the cards as the box. That way it's easier. And then these dies I had in my stash and I've cut them out twice in a darker color and then the lighter color and just put them on askew so that it looks like a shadow, and I just layered them there. And so that is the first card, and I think I was inspired by this part of this page here. So moving on, the second card, there's about 3 I think super fall themed cards. Here we are. Let's get a little closer so that you can see some details here. We have a die that I have in my stash. It's this one here that I've cut out 3 times, actually 6 times, twice in the chocolate color and then 4 times in a black card to give it dimension, and just layered, so there's just 2 of the dies layered up 3 times. And then this one is just how it looks, and then this one I've cut it off and in multiple places to be able to layer it here. And then we have the 2 cling stamps from the box. That would be this little guy, he's out of the frame here, this little guy here, and whoops, sticking to things, this one here, as well as some stickers. So this was a sticker sheet that came, and I used the squirrel here and 3 of the nuts on this page. So for the smaller squirrel, he's only slightly smaller, I stamped him out in a black, I think pigment ink versus mark, because I kind of want him in the background as a shadow. And this one I stamped in an oxide ink, I'm not sure which one, maybe gathered twigs, and then just embossed it in clear embossing ink. And then this is just a card base I had in my stash, and this pattern paper was in my scraps as well. So that is the second card. We're going to scoot those squirrels over. For card number 3, the inspiration were these little papers that came in the box. You'll see that in the center. And then of course I used an embossing folder that I have in my stash. I guess I should hold it there for a second in case you want to see. It's all cut on the side because I used to have a smaller die cut embossing machine and I chopped it so it would fit in there. Can't reverse that, but yeah, it's actually probably a little larger, that one. And I inked up the raised edge, I think, with some oxide ink, probably the gathered twigs again, gave it a little spritz of water, and then ran it through to get this kind of distressed wood grain look there. And then some dies I had in my stash, just cut these papers. I layered this over here and fussy cut it out. And then all these little dies and this stamp came from a Tonic Studios tonic kit. I don't remember. I can look it up if you're interested and you happen to have Tonic products. Yeah, so just ask me in the comments. But that's where these leaves came from, and I just cut them out of scraps, little scraps of card, and then I clear embossed the oxide ink onto the vellum here. And I really like how it turned out. So I'll try to get a little close-up look here. You can see that. This squirrel is just adorable, so he was the showstopper there. We have a third card here. This one features the papers mostly that came in the box and some of these smaller stickers that came in that little this little container. So let me grab, I've got the box next to me, but this is the notepad. So, and you'll remember that if you watch the box opening, that is where Sir Squirrel came from, and I have just added some glossy accents on his eyes and nose and mouth. The Hello die I have had in my stash, and the A was from, let's grab these real quick. So the Happy comes from an old Close to My Heart stamp set. This is a really pretty little Happy. I just happen to have that, and then I had these Hampton Art letters that I thought the A went pretty well with. And again, I stamped it in the oxide ink and then clear embossed. And then this is from that piece of paper, as is this and the mushroom, and I sort of put them on. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 stickers. And the back paper is that kind of handmade paper that came in the box, as you might remember. And it's just on a craft card base that I had in my stash. This one's quite different, but yes, it did. It's inspired by contents in the box. You might remember this tape that came in the box, and I wasn't sure what I would do with it, but I thought it would look elegant on a card, and so I tried to line it up straight, and it's just the side here. And then I used stamp set that I have from Simon Says Stamp Beautiful Flowers, this one, but you can use any, you know, large floral, and I taped off this edge, stamped this down in white, embossed it, and then I've cut the thank you from a die I have 3 times and layered it for the dimension. I've also got, yep, some foam there. It's hard to tell, but I think it turned out to be pretty elegant. Now, I did say 5 cards, 1 box, subscription box, but if you're good at counting, you'll see that there are 6. This is a bonus one, and it is, oops, I've got some things there, kind of a Disney themed card. Hopefully I don't get a copyright strike by just saying that word, but the only pieces that came from the box were actually these 2 little pieces here. You might remember this little ticket book with all those cool tickets in it, and actually I have a couple more cards to make from those, but I haven't done it yet. So this one right here inspired this whole card, and I happen to have this paper pad from Echo Park. What's this called? Wish Upon a Star, I guess is what it's called. Yeah. Anyway, I had bought that for a trip to Disney that we were going to go on in 2020. That didn't happen. So, yeah, I haven't even used this pad, but it was great. I used all the papers came from that, and then the circles, I have my little notes here in case you want to make this cute little item here. It's just a 2-inch circle and 2 1/4-inch circles that I glued together there. And that is it for the bonus card. I hope you enjoyed seeing these ideas, and I do have, you know, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because I also have coming up soon a couple masculine cards that I made with July's box contents. So that's exciting. And I will probably have a couple more cards from the contents of this box as well, and maybe some journal stuff, who knows. Well, I hope you enjoyed. Have a great creative day. Thanks for watching. Bye!